Hello guys, in today's videos I'd like to share with you one of my favorite archer builds of Pathfinder Wrath of Righteousness. Okay, and this build are meant for unfair difficulty, and it's also a late game build, meaning that you do need some strong companions to carry you in the early game. However, once it's completed, it's gonna be really OP, because you can pretty much one-shot 99% of the boss in the game. Alright, now let's take a look at the race. So for this build, you'd like to go either Elf or Kitsune. So both this race gonna gives you Dexterity and Intelligence bonus, and those two are the main attributes we wanted to focus on. So Kitsune, later we can have the Master Shapeshifter. That's a really cool ability. It gives you a lot of physical attributes. Elf is also good because it's gonna give you some magic penetration bonus, which is really welcome in the early game. So we're gonna go Elf. And just basic Elf. And for the background, just Pickpocket. Gives you some initiative rolls. So for the attributes, basically you wanted to distribute your points like this. So basically 19 dexterity and maybe 12 constitution and intelligence 20. And every time you level up, you want to add dexterity. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look at the build. So for this build, we're gonna go 18 level for Magus Eldritch Archer, and 1 level for Sorceress Cross-Blooded, and another level for Wizard Elemental Specialists. So something worth mentioning here is that if you're playing unfair difficulty or any other difficulty that don't allow ray training, then you have to go for the first 11 level, you have to go straight for Magus, because you want to have basic attack bonus 8 at level 11 so that you can unlock the improved critical feats. This is important because otherwise you won't have enough feat slots to finish all the feats line here. Alright, with that being said, now let's go back to level 1. We take point blank shot. Nothing special as a ranged character. And for Magus, we have Arcane Pool, ranged spell combat. Level 2, we got ability, ranged spell strike. In my opinions, you probably don't really want to use this ability in the early game, because what this will does is actually combine your magic ray attack roll together with your weapon attack roll. So you only have to roll once for your weapon attack roll. If that hits, then your magic ray will automatically hit, and if that misses, your magic ray will automatically miss as well. So basically in early game, while you don't have a very high attack bonus for your weapon, then it's better to just use your magic and your weapon attack separately, so that your magic ray only have to face the touch AC of the enemy, which is much easier to land a hit. These feats will really start to shine after you finish the improved feats line for the weapon. As you can see here, my weapon has a threaten range from 13 to 20. That means when I use this ability, and whenever I got a hit for my weapon, when I got a crit for my weapon, my magic ray will automatically crit as well. So another way to think of this is that now your magic ray will have a threaten range from 13 to 20, which is gonna be very, very OP in the late game. Alright, so next level, we take Precise Shot, and for Magus we get Arcane Accuracy. This is also very useful, especially in early game, because it adds intelligence bonus to all attack roll. Okay, so next level, Level 4, nothing special. Level 5, we take Rapid Shot. And the bonus feats, we take Weapon Focus. And level 6, we chose Present Attack. This is also very useful. It's gonna deny that enemy's dexterity bonus until the end of this turn. So this will be extremely powerful if you have some sneak attack, which we do have, because we later gonna choose the Trickster Mythic Pass. It's very nice to have. So level 7 we have Spell Penetration, and level 8 nothing special here. Level 9 Greater Spell Penetration, and now we take Enduring Blade. This is also quite useful because it's gonna increase the duration of the enchantment to 1 minute per Magus level, and as you can see here, we have 18 Magus level at the end. So that means every enchantment we have gonna last for 18 minutes. It's very useful. For level 10, we got Fighter Training. This will later unlock the Great Weapon Focus. And for level 11, as I mentioned before, we're gonna take Improved Critical Ray. And the bonus feats, we take, again, Improved Critical Heavy Crossbow. Yeah, you hear me correctly. So at level 11, we're gonna take both Improved Critical for Ray and Heavy Crossbow. The reason is that we take Ray because we want to unlock the Improved Critical Mythic. And we take the Improved Critical Heavy Crossbow because later we're gonna progress on the Improved Critical Heavy Crossbow fit line. This is both necessary, okay? So level 12, we can actually start to dip 1 level for Sorcerer's Crossblooded. And the feats we take Empower Spell. And for Bloodline, we have Frost and Gold Dragon. And both of these can give us 1 damage bonus per die roll for all of the fire spell. This is greatly increase our fire damage. Okay. So next level, level 13, we dip another levels for Wizard Elemental Specialist. And for the feats, we take Bolster Spell. And also we select Focused Element Fire. And this is also very useful. It can convert all the damage spell into your selected type. So here I take Fire, so that means, for example, even if I use the Chain Lightning, then I can now turn that into a Fire Chain Lightning, so that I can have all the benefits I got from the Bloodline. Okay? And also something worth mentioning here is the Bolster spell, because if you apply this magic, then the spell can no longer apply precision damage. So basically, if you apply this, then you cannot use your Ray to deal sneak attack. But in my opinion, sneak attack is very useful in early game, but it doesn't really scale with crits. So in late game, I think Bolster Magic is gonna be better because we have a higher chance of crits. So later in the game, you wanted to apply this to your magic. Okay. Alright, now let's go back. So from 14 level to 20 level, we're gonna go back to Magus. And for the fee, we're gonna finish the improved critical heavy crossbow all the way to the improved critical improved heavy crossbow. And last we take completely normal spell. And for Magus level 12, we have Devoted Blade, something to help you bypass the damage reduction, which is nice. For Magus level 15, we have Bane Blade, some bit of more damage, also very nice. And for Magus level 17, we have Great Weapon Focus. And finally, for Magus level 18, we have Quickened Magic. Now let's go to the Mythic Pass. So for the rank 1, doesn't really matter, just take whatever you like. But for Mythic ability, we take Ascendant Element Fire. And for rank 2, we take Mythic Rapid Shot. And for rank 3, for the Mythic ability, we take Abundant Arcane Pool. Oh, this one is also free to choose. If you have some other good idea, you can just choose whatever you like. For me, I just want to have some luxury with my arcane pool. I just take this one, okay? And the skill, we take Perception rank 1 and right into Perception rank 2 in Mythic rank 4 so that we can unlock the improved crit feats. Alright, for the feats, we take Improved Critical Mythic Ray. This feat was previously bugged, but now I think they fixed it, although I still have to do some tests about it, but it's definitely worth taking since we're doing a lot of raid damage. And then we take Athletic rank 1. So at Mythic rank 5, we take Draconic Bloodline Red. This will again add another +1 damage bonus per die roll to Fire Spell. And Mythic rank 6, we have Athletic rank 2, and the Spell Penetration Mythic, Knowledge World rank 1. Mythic 7, we finally get Athletic rank 3. So from this point on, as long as you have you add one, you level up your Athletic whenever you got the character level, and now you should have a full BAB progression, which is very important in unfair difficulty. Now, as for the ability, we take Favorite Meta Magic Empower. Again, this is also very important because as Magus, we only have to up to level 6 magic spell slot. So in order to apply the Empowered Magic, Empower Meta Magic, we have to use this one together with completely normal spell, so that like +1 and the -1 get cancelled off, and we can, for example, have Hellfire Ray empowered for the 6th level. Okay. For Mythic rank 8, we have Reuse Magic Device and School Mastery. This is also important because we did 2 levels for other class, which means we only have 18 level for Magus. And in order to make our Hellfire Ray hit 3 times, we have to at least have a caster class of 19. So this is necessary. And for the skill, we take Stealth rank 1, and this doesn't really matter that much. For rank 9, we have Knowledge World rank 2. This is also very important because now every time you roll 1, it becomes 20. It's kind of like increases your critical strength range as well. Really nice to have. And for the ability, again, same reason as above, we take the Favorite Meta Magic Bolstered. And the skill, we take Mobility rank 1. And finally, at Mythic rank 10, we take Use Magic Device rank 3. And this way, you immediately get the spell book as a level 20 wizard, which is very nice. And for the feats, we have Weapon Focused Mystic Crossbow. And the last skill doesn't really matter, just take whatever you like. Alright, now let's take a look at the gears. Most of the gears are not that important. For example, like Intelligence, just some Intelligence band, and the Ring of Pyromania, just +2 penetration, and the Heavy Crossbow +5. And I want to point out this one, Hype Armor of Elemental Carnage, because this gives you another +1 point of damage per die roll. You can buy this one in Winter Sunset Village. And this is really nice because for spell like Hellfire Ray, where you have 45 d6 damage, every 0.1 per die roll means you're gonna do 45 damage more. Okay. So Robe of Inevitability, another +2 penetration, Belt of Physical Perfection, and Treacherous Flame. This is quite important. You can get this one in Actor 5 Crusader mode. So basically at this point, you can already do a lot of damage with your Hellfire Ray, but with this item, what it does is, if you sneak attack an enemy, the enemy becomes vulnerable to fire. So if you, with this item, your Hellfire Ray really gonna do some crazy damage. And this is also the reason why we dip one level in Elemental Specialist, because Hellfire Ray actually has two parts of the damage. Um, so we want to turn that unholy part to fire as well, so that both can benefit from the fire vulnerability. Okay. As for the spell, for Magus, we have for level 6, we have a lot of Hellfire Ray. Level 5, a lot of Hellfire Ray because of the completely normal magic. Level 4 doesn't matter. Level 3, level 2, level 1, we all have Scorching Ray filled the slot, because this is the main bullets you want to use when dealing with some mobs enemy, okay? And also because we have the use magic rank 3, we also have a wizard spellbook, and also we just have more Hellfire Ray. But I wanted to point out that um, if you want to use the spell combat, you have to use the Hellfire Ray from your Magus spellbook. If you use the Hellfire Ray from the Wizard spellbook, your spell combat will automatically be cancelled. Okay, this is important. All right, now let's take a look how this build actually do in the game. And of course, we are playing the unfair. Let's see. By the way, this build kind of needs some micro, so I just turned on the turn-based mode just to uh, give me some reaction time. Okay. Now let's use the Prison attack and maybe the Grandmaster Rod. Okay, let's shot the Hellfire Ray to the enemy. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So as you can see, our first hit of the Hellfire Ray dealt around, it has two parts of the damage, but in my case, because we have the Elemental Specialist, both are fire damage, and it's roughly 900 damage because I got a crit for my heavy crossbow. And let's do the math roughly here, because we have in total we have 3 Draconic Bloodline and our armor and bolster magic. So together we have plus 6 per die roll damage, and we also have 15d6, and after maximize, this is also gonna be 90 plus 92. The 2 maybe comes from the Elemental Specialist class ability, and it's roughly 180. And after empowered, it's roughly 273. This is correct. And also it's got crit, so it's roughly 900. Even though the calculation here is a little bit weird, but it's 900. And it procs some other, I don't know where that came from, maybe from my rings. It's pretty cool damage. And next we deal a physical hit. So also we hit with our heavy crossbow. And so it seems it's bugged here because it says we had a sneak attack, which we should because the Prison attack, but we don't actually do any sneak attack damage. I think maybe that's because of the bolster magic that we used here. It's normal that it cancelled the sneak attack for my Hellfire Ray, but it seems it also cancelled my sneak attack for the physical attack, which is pretty bugged. But it doesn't really matter at this point. As you can see, my next Hellfire Ray also crits, because we have a very high crit chance. And here, even if we didn't do any sneak attack, but it's actually applied the, it actually triggered the Treacherous Flame ability, so enemy become vulnerable to fire. Now the second hit of the fire ray does roughly 1,300 damage. This is because of the vulnerability. You can just simply calculate if this is 900, then 900 times 1.5 is roughly 1,300, and of course it's dead, and they started to attack another, and we got another crit here, very lucky. But remember, you can always do that if you pre-buff yourself with Trick Fate. So this is pretty crazy damage. And after that, we also have a lot of hit, physical attack, and we are not really fully buffed myself yet. Um, if you fully buff yourself, you can even do more damage. But this is pretty much about this build. I think, yeah. Oh, by the way, currently the Treacherous Flame can only be triggered by your physic sneak attack. Because I was thinking if I can use some quicken spell, for example, Scorching Ray to do some sneak attack, so my next Hellfire Ray can do the final vulnerable, can have the vulnerability effect. But unfortunately, it's not possible right now. It can only be triggered by your physical sneak attack. But still, as you can see, it's already some crazy damage. And this pretty much wrap up about this build. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.